What's going on, GVA? This is PacificTomb, and I have some guests with me. But before I want to get to that, we are all men here, and we all have problems pertaining to women, or have had problems in our past pertaining to women. So I would just like to go ahead and start off with the fact that I actually had to deal with a pregnant chick from my freshman year to my sophomore year, and no, the baby is not mine. I'm not paying child support or anything like that. So why don't I let my guests here go ahead and introduce themselves and tell what their problems were and or are.
What's up, everybody? My name is RaiDeN, and back when I was a senior year in high school, I had a really big crush on this girl. And it started at the beginning of the year, around August, and all the way in November, I still hadn't really asked this girl out. Although we did talk on a regular basis, it wasn't like she didn't know I was there. I know that every guy here that's doing the commentary has a friend who is going through the problem right now where he really, really likes a girl, and she doesn't really know he's alive. That definitely was not my problem, but when it comes to girls, I have a really big fear of rejection. The fear isn't necessarily talking to them, it's fear of being rejected or them saying no. Anyway, come November, my senior year of high school, we were on a band trip, all the way in Indianapolis, actually, and all my friends were saying, Cody, you gotta, make a move now, it's a perfect time, we're in Indianapolis, and all this good stuff, and I said, okay. Well, later that day, one of my good friends comes up to me and said, I just found out that, I'm not going to say her name, let's just make her name Sarah. He said, I just found out that Sarah is moving to Kansas City in December. And as you guys can imagine, I was definitely bummed out a lot because I had 1 hour of sleep that night, and I was extremely tired, and to have that thrown on top of everything was devastating for me at that moment. But now I don't really think anything of it, and definitely that the rest of that year it bothered me. But basically the lesson I have to give is don't get caught up in the drama of high school girls, because chances are, even if you do get together with somebody, it's not going to last you the rest of your life. I mean, there are very few people I know who are high school sweethearts, so main thing is don't get caught up in the high school drama of girls, because there's really no need for it. But that's my story.
Alright, well, hey guys, my name is BlueEyeLife, or Billy, and I've got a little story for you guys. So back when I was in middle school, I was friends with this girl. I'm just going to name her Lauren. That's not her real name, but basically, she was a really nice girl, but the thing about her was that she was, very, very unattractive and sort of fat. So, a lot of guys kind of made fun of her at school, like behind her back, they didn't say, of course, anything to her face. And so I was hanging out with some of my friends playing football out in the field, like during PE class. And so we were playing a game, and I don't know, I guess we were just screwing around and like making fun of her as she was like over there on the other side of the field, and she couldn't hear us or anything. So I called her a fat tub of lard, and it was like one of the most insulting things I could have ever said. Yeah, I'm trying to be serious here, but it was could have like probably the most insulting thing I've ever said. And I really don't encourage bullying. I've been bullied, and it's not really good at all. Nothing good comes from bullying. And
I mean, shit, you called her a fat tub of lard. That hurt my feelings.
And so, well, basically, like this guy who no one really liked in my elementary school or middle school, he comes up to me and he puts me in a chokehold. And so I'm thinking, okay, what is this? I'm gonna get in my first fight right here. And so he gets off of me, and I instead of like punching him in the nose, I kind of like hit him with the side of my hand on the nose. And then I walked.
You pimp slapped this man.
No, like you know, like the side of your pinky, like the actual side of it, where all your fingers like line up. Like if you're trying to do a high five, put all of your fingers together and you make like a weird shape, right? You know what I mean?
So you karate chopped him in the nose?
Yeah, I basically karate chopped him in the nose. Yes, with my finger, with my hand. And I walked away. I walked away, and then 5-10 seconds later, he comes up to me, blood dripping from his nose, all over his shirt. I mean, because we had to wear white polos, and because we were, in a private school, and I was flipping out. I had blood on my arm. I'm like, oh God, what are we gonna say? I'm like, just say that you fell on the ground. I apologize for hitting you. I made the wrong mistake. I'm sorry, man. Please forgive me. And he was, he was upset too. I mean, it's not like he was scared that we were getting into trouble because we got into a fight. So he was like, okay, yeah, I'll say that I fell on the ground and everything's gonna go well. So,
if you hit me in the face, I would have whooped your ass.
That's because you're black and you're different, okay? So, and that's my story.
Alright, you guys, what's up? It's Craizy Gunner here, and my story is kind of a little different. You see, in my debate class, there was this girl that would come every day, and she was kind of a fat tub of lard as well. And she would always brag about how, like, these guys were asking her for sex all the time, and she's like, oh yeah, this guy was next to me the other day, and he's like, hey, chick, you want this big fat piece of cock? And I'm like, just shut up, why would I want to know this stuff? And she was also really slutty and kind of just a nasty person. And one day she came to school, and she was all, like, complaining about how her throat hurt. And I kind of just looked at her and I said, you know, it's probably because of all that deep throating you've been doing. And by the time I realized what I had said, it was a little too late. And my friend in front of me actually turned around. He's like, dude, nice one. And he gave me a high five. Unfortunately, though, the teacher heard me. And she didn't think it was that funny. And I actually got sent to the principal's office. And now the principal was a woman. And she's like, so what did you do? And I had to tell her, I told this girl to stop having oral sex because I couldn't really dumb it down farther than that. And she suspended me for a week, which was not pretty cool. So that's a little bit of a different girl trouble, but along the same guidelines.
And boned by women that day. I mean, you told the chick stop sucking dick, then the teacher was female and she didn't like it, and then the your principal was like, hey, that's not nice.
I'm pretty sure she didn't have that deep of a voice, or else I'd be really scared as well.
Yeah. Alright, Gunslinger, go ahead, dude.
Well, what is going on, guys? This is Gunslinger, and I have a pretty interesting story for you guys today. Well, I was with my one of my girlfriends, one of my first girlfriends ever. I think it was in 8th or 9th grade. And it was a Saturday night. I invited her to my house to watch some movies. And it actually turned out a little bit steamy, so I was all alone in my house, or so what I thought. I actually didn't know my little cousin, she's a female, and she was sleeping. And we were watching, I think it was, I don't know, but I know, do you know those parts in the movies when they're steaming the movie and everything's just going your way, and we started making out and stuff, and she actually puts her hand down my pants and in a place that it shouldn't be. I hear somebody that comes through the door, and I like have this ninja type cat skills, and I just get a blanket that was sitting right at my side, and I put it over my penis area, and I cover everything up. So I almost got caught by my little cousin, while my girlfriend had her hand in a place that when you're 12 you shouldn't have your hand in, I think.
12?
No, I wasn't 12. I mean, if somebody's watching this and they are 12, maybe you're going through puberty right now and you're finding out where your hand is supposed to be. But if you're younger than that, your hand shouldn't be in there.
Wait,
but
what?
Anyway.
He's talking about...
So are you advising kids
No,
to
not
masturbate?
no,
Is that
not
what you're
really.
saying?
I'm confused.
Unless
Yeah,
they're under
unless
12?
they're-
Did you kind of
Should I
go
remove
further
my-
into
Well,
this case?
my
okay.
pants area?
Yes,
I'd like to
yes,
know.
please.
Because I'm not really familiar.
Please
I'm not really
elaborate.
familiar.
Please
I don't know what to do
Okay.
with my hands.
Why did the Mexican tell me to move my hand from my pants right now? This is scary.
Okay. Well, my first time ever masturbating. I thought this commentary was gonna be about our.
Wait, we didn't ask
exactly.
for this story.
You
We want
guys
to hear about you jacking off. We want to just hear
I thought
about
this was
where.
girl
to-
problems, not you getting laid.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just. You guys wanted to know, like, why am I saying this about 12-year-olds? Well, my first time masturbating was at
God.
12, and it was pretty awkward. I was in the shower, and you know what, things happen. But if you're 11, you should be going through puberty, or 12, or whatever age you are. So don't put your hand inside your pants because it's kind of addicting. Don't do it. If you
addicting,
don't,
that's funny.
Don't do it. Don't
You know,
do it.
I think that's funny how he's like, you hit puberty when you're 11. I was like, I don't know if you've heard my voice, but my balls dropped when I was like 5, buddy.
I was like 13.
Did they just touch the when you were 5?
Josh, I'm giving you a virtual
Oh
high
my
five
God.
right now.
Everybody just high five the screen right now.
Okay, so to elaborate on my story, basically freshman and sophomore year, I was messing with this chick on Facebook and on the phone on and off. And at one point, I found out that she was pregnant during the time that I was talking to her. And there was at one point in our kind of sexting relationship. That's right, I'm the founder of that mess, son. She basically she wanted to sleep with me while she was pregnant. Oh my god, I can't even think. It's just wrong. And
It's a good thing you didn't. You may have.
could you imagine? No, I mean think about it. Could you imagine actually like sleeping with a girl while she's pregnant and you're having sex with her, but then you having a hand job at the same time?
That's pretty weird.
I'd
Alright.
probably.
Pretty weird.
You realize that would be like having sex with your son
That's
as well.
true too.
Oh,
You
geez.
pedophile.
Yeah.
I'm reporting you.
It wasn't my look. It wasn't my baby. It didn't matter. I'm not paying.
You should be on the
But you
sexual
just
predator
fantasized
list,
about it,
Tomb.
so it still
Oh, shut
counts.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm putting you up there now.
All
Putting
right,
you on
guys.
Facebook.
All right, guys. That's the end of the gameplay. Those are our stories. I hope you guys enjoyed. Our links will be all in the description, or there will be giant chain annotations on the video. So that's it. I'm Tomb. Me and my guests were out. Deuces.